Uh, just the bare minimum. Just trying to get the plays down, go through it, and just make sure I know what I'm doing.
Do you think you'll be able to go on Sunday?
Questionable.
The toe injury from the Bengals game, is that the same thing that you were going through with the Patriots game? Is
Yeah.
it re-aggravated?
Same toe.
All eyes on Juju Smith-Schuster today, and hopefully for the Steelers, they'll be able to see Juju Smith-Schuster in action on Sunday against the Baltimore Ravens. Hello and welcome to Steelers Live, the Friday, October the 4th edition. Missy Matthews is on assignment. I'm Mike Pursuta filling in as we continue to count down to Steelers-Ravens, one of the most anticipated games of the year, every year twice, and a particularly important game the way this season is shaping up. The Steelers coming in at 1-3 and the Ravens at 2-2. So if you do the math, a Steelers win means the Steelers are at least tied with the Ravens after 5 games and perhaps tied for first place in the AFC North pending the outcome of the Cleveland at San Francisco game on Monday night. Today is status report today, so let's get to that. Some important names on that list this week. There you see that questionable list. You heard Juju Smith-Schuster say he was questionable. Linebacker Vince Williams, he's been out since early in the Seattle game in week 2. And Vance McDonald, also questionable. McDonald trying to make it back from a shoulder injury. Williams dealing with a hamstring. And Juju Smith-Schuster with a toe. Out for the Steelers, Roosevelt Nix with a knee and Anthony Chickillo foot. One way or another, the Steelers are going to line up and play against Baltimore, and when they do, a lot of fans might be wondering if they're going to go down the field a little bit more often than they have ever since Mason Rudolph replaced Ben Roethlisberger at quarterback. That's been a topic of conversation for a couple of weeks now here on the South Side, but when offensive coordinator Randy Fichtner met the media yesterday, he said that throwing the ball deep wasn't necessarily a prerequisite for pulling off a big play.
We always talk about catch short, run long. We got to break tackles. You got to make guys miss. But that's the way this league is. We call it playmakers. Playmakers got to make plays. If you're on the field, you're a playmaker. Juju caught a ball for 17 yards. I don't know what the touchdown was the other day. Over 70 or 80? 76. Okay, 76. I mean, did we throw it deep? I don't know. It was thrown 15 yards when he caught it. You have to evaluate that.
Yeah, Randy Fichtner's point well taken. He was a little off on the math. That play you saw in week 2 against San Francisco, a 76-yard catch and run touchdown for Juju Smith-Schuster. This was a 3rd and 4, and the ball went 9 yards past the line of scrimmage, and Juju Smith-Schuster did the rest. So the point about playmakers needing to make plays is well taken, and also the point, if you're on the field, you're considered a playmaker. That one's well taken as well. The defense certainly made its share of plays in Monday night's win over the Cincinnati Bengals. Keith Butler's guys got after it to the tune of 8 sacks. Like his counterpart Randy Fichtner, Keith Butler met the media on Thursday as well and talked about the strides the defense is beginning to make.
Our guys did a good job when they got a chance to go in there, and they got them in certain situations when you're going to throw the ball, and they got after them. 4-man rush. 4-man rushing coverage has got to be good for us this year. If they keep doing that, we'll be all right.
85 Bears are pretty good on the field, though, weren't they?
Yeah. They're very good, as a matter of fact. I don't know if anybody's been better than them, so I think we'll be okay with the guys we got. There's a good group. Our front is probably our best part of our defense, but the secondary is starting to catch up a little bit.
Now, a couple points about that soundbite. We got around to talking about the 85 Bears because Keith Butler initially said the best defense is one that's off the field watching the offense possess the ball. The best defense is on the sideline. Of course, I had to bring up the 85 Bears because they were pretty good on the field. Getting back to the point about rushing with 4 and covering with 7. 8 sacks in that Bengals game. As I mentioned, on 6 of those sacks, the Steelers rushed just 4 players. On one of them, they rushed 5, and on one of them, they rushed 6. At no point did the number of players in the rush outnumber the number of Bengals in the pass protection. So the Steelers were dealing with double teams and winning one-on-ones when they weren't getting double teamed. That's the way it's supposed to work. And you heard Keith Butler at the end of that soundbite talk about how the defensive backs are gaining ground on the front. That was unsolicited. The defensive back's an important part of the sack equation as well. When the line gets there, that prevents them from having to cover for an extended stretch. But if they can cover for an extended stretch, that gives the line time to get there. It worked out both ways against the Bengals. Rush and coverage working together. That's what the Steelers are always after, and that is what they will be especially after when they welcome the Baltimore Ravens to town, 1 o'clock Sunday at Heinz Field. For Missy Matthews, I'm Mike Pursuta. You've been watching Steelers Live.